We're talking now with Josh Bushong, our OSU Extension agronomist for the West District of Oklahoma. And Josh, we kind of want to kick things off talking about wheat in general and kind of where the crop is now that we're fast forward into December.
Yes, it's finally December, so hopefully we'll start to get closer to dormancy. The freezes finally hit. We had a very open November, a very warm November for many. And so for a lot of guys, especially Northwest, developed a lot of wheat pasture. So we've had good growing conditions early. Even some later sown wheat has been able to take off. So for the most part, Northwest has been great. Southwest, maybe a little different story. A little warmer plus drier, kind of a 1-2 punch. We've had some wheat struggling down Southwest. For the most part, not too many pests. We've had a few issues early on in the growing season with some armyworms and stuff like that, where we had to spray and resow. So we've had some miscommunications about seed treatments and whether or not those are a benefit to those armyworms, but depending on what seed treatment you're using, they're not all the same depending on what active ingredient, but we do have some options out there for the Lepidoptera, the armyworms, the cutworms and stuff like that, which held off really well. So it gave us a few week start to get that crop off and going, to get that pasture. But like I said, we're starting to see some stalkers out. We got good growth, more stalkers than at first. I was worried we weren't getting too many out there, but we're starting to see this past week more turned out. I don't know where they're coming from. I'm just an agronomist, but they're starting to show up. But like I said, Southwest, a little different story, a little more struggles. Starting to see a few mites, mite reports, haven't confirmed yet, but so some guys are spraying for mites. We'll see if those are hitting thresholds, but for the most part, not too bad on insects throughout western Oklahoma.
We have heard that there might be more canola acres than we've seen in the last 5, 6, 7 years. What are you seeing and what are you hearing?
Well, same here. There's been a lot of talk. From when I've been driving around, I've seen a lot. Talking to some of our organizations like the OSU Commission, Great Plains Canola Association, stuff like that. Looking at seed sales, we might have doubled our acres. So the interest has been there the last few years, like you said. We haven't had the perfect planting window. Canola is a pretty tight planting window, only 30 days to get the crop off for insurance purposes, but this year's been excellent. Some early sown canola, but a lot of it was sown a little bit later, just like our wheat, to avoid some of those armyworm issues. Canola's been growing good, so those warm conditions that we saw in November definitely helped the canola, even though some of the later planted canola really get established. And canola, we want to see some good growth on it before winter to get that hardiness for winter. So we want to see, 4 to 6 leaves, a good taproot under it, maybe the size of your pinky or a pencil at least. And so the wheat and canola both been looking great. We've had great stands for the most part, very few pests, but we are starting to see some weeds in both crops.
Talk a little bit about the economic benefits of canola right now and the agronomic benefits too for people who may not be as familiar.
So back to maybe why we saw an increase in canola acres this past fall, just because of the bleak market outlook on the wheat. So small grains prices are down, just like most of our other commodities, but canola was an option that oilseeds maybe bring a little slightly more of a premium than the cereal grains, but also those agronomic benefits that we see with that crop rotation. Canola being a broadleaf crop, a winter broadleaf crop, it benefits our winter wheat very well in the southern Great Plains in Oklahoma. So we get a lot of benefits from the crop rotation. We get a break in the pest cycles from the insects and diseases, but also we get options to control all those grasses. So weed management, pest management, soil fertility, we're able to mine some of those deeper nutrients than we are with the fibrous grass crop. So there's a lot of agronomic and economic benefits to canola. There's a little bit more risk to it. We do have more issues with canola than we do our small grains like wheat. But for the most part, we're able to have higher potential for economic benefit for that rotation for the crop itself, canola, but also we see that increase in the rotation on the wheat after canola. So we get fewer weeds in the wheat, but also see a 10-20% increase in wheat yields. So that rotation, it's an investment for multiple years, not just that 1 year on the canola itself.
Last but not least, some new faces. You have some colleagues joining you as area agronomists.
Yep, so we did get some new hires. The Southwest area agronomist has been refilled. It's going to be Raiden Sherry. He's been a postdoc under Dr. Brian Arnell, so he's no stranger to Western Oklahoma, from Western Oklahoma. He's going to be stationed there at Chickasha, so we look forward to having him. Like I said, he's been with OSU for the grad student program. He has been finished with his postdoc for a while, or his doctorate. The other one, Northeast Oklahoma, we hired Roy Grant. He's going to be starting the same time as Raiden, both December 22nd, so we'll have some new faces there. The previous agronomist, Brian Pugh, has now moved towards campus and is state specialist for forage. So we didn't lose him from extension, but he is going to be focusing on forages statewide now instead of just northeast Oklahoma and eastern Oklahoma.
And we're taking notes because we want all those new folks on SUNUP sometime soon.
Yep,
so
they'll
Josh,
be available.
Very good news, and we hope to talk to you again soon. Thanks for the updates.